Hi everyone, it's your girl Terry Sinembamere again. Thank you so much for joining me in my little corner here on YouTube where I share all things skincare, makeup, or whatever is going on my mind at that point in time. Guys, as you know, and first of all, I'd like to apologize why I've not been posting as much, why I've been sort of in and out of social media. And I'm hoping that this video will explain that, okay? So thank you so much for all those who've been sending me messages, DMing me and checking up on me. Like, I just asking about my welfare. I am fine. Really hope you guys are doing very well and not neglecting your mental health and taking care of yourself. You guys know everything's still going on. We still have to be cognizant of everything going on right now. We have to be safe and we have to be careful and we have to be smart. Okay, so to the video of today, I'm going to try as much to speak from the heart, but I do have my notes here, so please be patient with me, okay? You guys, I shared with you guys earlier this year that something happened in my personal life that sort of threw me off my balance. That just threw me off my balance. Really affected me, and I fell into a depression. And in falling into my depression and my anxiety, and I reverted to my bad habits. I'll share that with you. I decided to take some time off, go out of town to go visit my sister, and that sort of helped me. That was when I now started the journey towards the place where I am now. I just was in such a dark place. I didn't know what to do. I was sort of questioning myself, questioning God, like asking like, why exactly did this happen to me? Like, I have been faithful, I have been praying, I have been doing everything I'm supposed to do, but why is this happening to me? And I've understood, I'm understanding that there's something I have been ignoring within myself for a long time, and it was time for me to address it. Therapy sort of helped me figure out what I needed to start doing and what to stop doing. I'm not saying I'm at that end now, but I would say that I am closer to my healing than I was when I began, when everything started in January. I have discovered that for most of my life I've been a people pleaser. I have been doing a lot of things to living my life in a constant state of anxiety, in a constant state of trying to please people, because I felt that I had to earn their love, earn their respect, earn their attention because of things that happened way past, like my childhood. These are things I discovered in therapy and my reading and all that. But I have now understood that nobody gets to tell your own story. You are the one who's to tell your story. No one can dictate your happiness. It took me a very long time to understand that. And because I had given my power to so many people, a lot of people disappointed me. People, friends, loved ones, people who I thought that I could trust, and they were with me, and they were with me for good intentions, but I found out that they weren't. They were just with me because they wanted something. And I sort of, this incident that happened at the beginning of the year made me understand that I have to take my power back, and I have to rediscover myself as a person, really discover and look into myself and find out about things in myself that I did not like, and come face to face with the person I was and the person I choose to be. Things happen unexpectedly, life that would throw us off our axis, and we tend to feel that we're spinning out of control. Either we lose a job, either we lose a loved one, or there's an illness, an unexpected illness, that things just happen like that, and we feel like we're losing control of everything going on, and we tend to grab anything that we can hold to make us have some sort of control, or make us feel good, so to speak. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. What I used to do was that I would revert to food or to a cocktail, or just I would revert to my bad habits and continue the cycle of feeling bad and going back to food or going back to stuff like that. I have now that I have discovered what my triggers are, either something that somebody says or something that somebody does, then I would feel some kind of way about it. Then I would sit back, and instead of me reverting to my bad habits, I find that when I sit still and I sort of peel the onions as to why I'm feeling a certain kind of way, I'm able to calm myself, or literally talk myself off the ledge, so to speak. And I'll give you an example, because this happened very, very recently. A few weeks ago, my girlfriend shared with me that somebody that went to school with us had passed away from cancer. And I now started thinking about, so began the cycle into the abyss, so to speak. And I sat down and I started thinking about people that I had lost, like my dad, cousins, friends, and then I now started finding myself getting restless and just very uncomfortable, and just walking, just feeling so uncomfortable. Then in that space, I now felt like I felt like grabbing the next sweet thing that was available to me. I wanted a cupcake. I wanted I wanted a chocolate cupcake, and I was like, I just felt I want a cupcake. I want a cupcake. I want a cupcake. I could taste the cupcake in my mouth, the frosting or the frosting on it. I could literally taste it in my mouth. I was like, I want a cupcake. I want something sweet. Then in that moment, a light bulb went off in my head, and I was thinking, okay. I started asking myself, why do you want a cupcake? I want a cupcake because I'm just uneasy. I want something sweet. But why do you want something sweet? I want something sweet because I'm feeling uneasy and I'm feeling like I'm out of control. Okay, but why are you feeling out of control? I'm feeling out of control because somebody that was dear to me, somebody that I knew, I just passed away. Okay, but I then asked myself, okay, but what does that have to do with the now? Okay, I'm unsure of what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to my little one, what's going to happen to my family. Okay, but what does that have to do with now? You are worrying about something that you have no control about, that might happen or might not happen, like 5 years, 2 minutes, or 2 years, it happen down the line. Why are you worrying and getting yourself anxious and getting yourself worked up over something that you have no control of? And in that moment, when I came to that realization, I found out that anxious energy had completely dissipated. It was a fantastic feeling. And then at that, I had an aha moment, and I realized that, oh my God, I can actually be doing this for every time I have that anxious energy, every time I feel like that. I'm not saying this will work for everyone. I'm saying this is what I did that helped me. And if I did that, and once I did that, I was able to come back to my center and now feel like, okay, yes, why am I worrying about what is going to happen tomorrow, the next hour? Let's worry about now. What do we have control over now? And okay, I have control. What I have control over now is that, okay, I just woke up. I heard some bad news. I said a prayer for the person. Okay, what do we have to do next? We have to get up and get ready to start our day. So the lessons I would like to leave you guys with: don't worry about stuff you have no control on. Focus on today, because worrying, it's like someone described it to me, like worrying is like drinking poison and hoping somebody else will die from the poison. You have no control over that. Why are you getting yourself worked up over something you have no control about? So please, let's stop doing that. And my girlfriend shared this with me. Oh, God bless you for saying this, and it stuck with me, that every time she would have any feeling of sadness or any feeling of unease, she would get up and she would move, or she would exercise, or she would just take a walk and she would pray about it. And taking that as one of my lessons now, what I do now, if you follow me on Instagram, I work out. Even though that I might not work out, I might never be a skinny bunny, but I work out because I like the feeling that I have after I do a workout. That's because that's something I have control over. I do my 150 push-ups, I do my weights, and God bless, and my team, my support system, Lori and Angela, who have been with me through this process, have been helping me focus my energy on that, focus my strength on that. anything I can control. I can control how many push-ups I do in a day. I can control how many reps I do in a day. And even though I might the day before, even though I might have reverted to my bad habits of had a top of ice cream or had a cocktail, I know that, okay, I don't, instead of me feeling guilty about that tub of ice cream or that glass of wine that I had, I now tell myself that, okay, you had something you know very well you were not supposed to, but for that you have to do an extra 15 push-ups the next day. That's what I tell myself, and the next day I go at it, and I go at it hard. Exercise has been my way of gaining some sort of control in a world that seems like everything is just going topsy-turvy. My daughter asks me all the time, but mommy, why are you exercising? Do you want a six-pack? I'm like, no, mommy doesn't want a six-pack. Mommy just wants to be healthy, because I know that as I'm doing this, I'm feeding the good, I don't know what it's called, I think it's endorphins. I'm feeling the good, I'm feeding my brain the good endorphins into myself, and I know that once I do my workout every single morning, this is the feeling I have. Once I do my workout every single morning, I can tackle everything for the rest of the day, and I take that mindset for the rest of the day. How many I have to make certain amount of calls every single day, schedule a certain amount of interviews every day, but I try and do an extra 10, an extra 5. Even though I logged out, I still answer my phone calls for the next hour or two, because I know that whatever I do, I'm giving 1000%. Because in this little box I have, this is what I have control over, and this is what I'm going to focus on, and this is what I'm going to try and do to ensure that I live my life to the fullest and do the best that I can every single day, every single hour. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. Something happened. I heard some horrible news a week or two. This year has been quite a doozy, if I am to share that with you. I heard some horrible news last week, and I just didn't know how to. I found myself back in that headspace again, and I was going back and forth over what I can't do. This is out of my control. What do I do? But instead of me focusing on, I found myself just praying a bit more. I know this sounds so cliche, but a friend of me told me something a while ago, told me something at the beginning of the year when I was going through, when I was in my dark moments. She said there are certain battles that we can't fight on our own. There are certain battles that you cannot even begin to understand. So when it comes to those times, you just take it to the Lord. And I don't know if any of you are religious or spiritual, but I have a very strong sense of, I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in the power of the Almighty, and I just started praying to the Almighty and started asking him for her guidance, and praying that I didn't even pray for myself. I started praying for that person, which I'm still doing till now, praying that all my positive thoughts and all my positive, everything good flows into that person. And I hope that this person, I know that a few months or years from now or weeks from now, we are going to be victorious, because the Almighty doesn't give us a burden we cannot handle. I know people feel a certain kind of way when people say that, but things happen in our lives for a reason, because there's certain things that God wants us to pay attention to. There's things that you have been ignoring, but this is happening because it's time for you to wake up and to see what he has in store for you, so to speak. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get all preachy, but that is my mindset as of now. God tests us with stuff in our lives, and it's up to us to understand and see what exactly he's trying to get us to pay attention to, and to change within ourselves, and to understand and to rediscover his purpose for us. I have come to the realization, thank God for my team and thank God for my army around me, that I don't really have to do that anymore. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, oh well, it is your loss. If you don't want me in your life, that is your loss. That's not my loss. That is nothing I have control over. I have stopped internalizing people's disrespect, people's distrust, people's dislike of me. That is not my problem. That's their problem. That's not my problem. If you don't want me in your life, or so you don't want me in your organization, oh well, it wasn't meant to be. Maybe there's something else down the line, a better job, a better relationship, a better friend who would see me and understand my worth. My therapist asked me a few years ago that what exactly, you have to understand what your purpose is, and I understand what my purpose is, and I will encourage you guys to do the same. Find out what your purpose is, and it's going to be, trust me, it is hard. It is hard to look at yourself, have a sit down within yourself and understand who you are as a person and what exactly is your essence. It is hard, but you have to, for you to ensure to live your life at 1000%, you have to do that and understand what your purpose is. And trust me, when you do that, you'll have your own eureka moment. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. There are days that I struggle within myself as well, and I ask myself and I ask God that question. They say you shouldn't question the Almighty, but I do. I ask God that, God, this is too much. I can't deal with this. I can't. But He reminds me. He has been reminding me through this process, through certain things that happened, that little girl, I'm still with you. I've not left you yet. I haven't left you yet. This is what I want for you. This is where I want you to go. You think that your healing is in B, but your healing isn't B. Your healing is in C. I think the title of today's video should be titled Letting Go. Letting go of the person that I thought I was before and embracing the person I am now. Letting go of all the hurts, the disappointments, the depression, the anxiety, or have done what I've allowed people to do to me, because I have to take responsibility. I gave them the permission to do that, but not anymore. Today I've decided, but I want to share it with you guys. Like today I take that power back, and I ensure you, I will encourage you to do the same. I hope I made sense, and I will try and continue. I will try and get back to where I was in terms of posting on social media and going back to my happy place of makeup. But sharing my love of makeup with you guys, I really hope I've made sense, and I really hope I've touched someone out there. And that's it. So thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Please stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Okay guys?